At least I can see myself. Hey everyone, I just had a thought about doing this video. Um, it's like really crazy the way they're fucking with my webcam. Last week the webcam wasn't working. No, the audio wasn't working. And just now I said it's like, oh, let me check it out. I said let me check it out a little bit and see. And I had to refresh the page, and voila! I think I'm on. Anyway, today it is March 13. It's Friday the 13th, 2020. So yeah, don't count me in, because I'm definitely not 2020. Although, I mean, with some other eyes, it seemed like I see all the shit that people don't want to see, but I don't believe that. I just believe that people are full of shit because they see it. Everybody see it. It's like it's just infuriating. I was just thinking, whatever happened to not my president? Whatever happened? What is that light? Is there something, a ghost or something? I don't know. Oh, it's gone now. It's back. I guess it's from the light. I don't know. Some weird ass. Oh, it's from the chair. It's coming from the chair. No, it ain't coming. Stop. You think everybody want to play with you? Of course. He's still a baby. He's gonna be 2 years so old on March 30th. I guess just a couple weeks. And then the next week is my birthday. So basically, he was my early birthday gift. No, actually, my late birthday. Well, no, early. I got him in April. Yeah, of course. I didn't get him like right away. Anyway, I cannot distract myself. Anyway, I just wanted to say, hopefully, this won't be extended. What is this? I don't know. I'm just gonna forget about it. Anyway, so we have something to entertain myself with. Whatever they do in therapy, they give you a squishy thing. So, what am I seeing? I'm seeing, a lot of bullshit. I'm seeing a lot of bullshit in New York City. I'm in New York City. Oh, it's gone. No, it's still there. In New York City, I'm just like, I think at this point we have developed an addiction to bullshit. And there's no methadone. There's no methadone for that shit yet. And I'll be interesting to see a methadone for bullshit. And I hate to be right, and I hate to be like, oh, I told you so, whatever, but I predicted this shit in 2016, fight or flight or play dead, right? So everybody's playing dead, whatever. Because sometimes dead is that you owe money, right? But that's another debt, which is the same shit, I guess, for some people. Not for me. I can owe $10 million and I'm still alive because I don't give a fuck. Yes, I owe you, but I ain't got shit. So what are you going to do about it? So it's just I mean, everybody playing victim. Oh, that orange piece of shit, and, like, as if he deceived you, as if he lied to you, as if he, like, whatever. He always say, I'm the fucking devil, and all I care is about money, and that's it. He just loading up, just like, Mike Bloomberg. He's just loading up. He's just like, remember, Mike Bloomberg started as a millionaire. The mayoral campaigns. And he ended up a billionaire with a financial empire. That's just what happened. Same shit. Maybe a larger scale. I doubt it. I don't know. I think it's just the same shit. It's just the same shit. Even Mike Bloomberg, he extended. He changed the laws, so he reelected himself. Basically, he reelected himself, and that was very disgusting. But again, people, they just cry and complain, but they really don't want to do nothing about it other than play victim, other than play like, it's awful. It is awful. And what you gonna do about it? No, no, nothing. Nothing. I was just saying. Oh, then shut the fuck up. Just shut the fuck up. I mean, like, there's no fucking. Anyway, coronavirus, right? Coronavirus. I've been like, my research is mostly like hashtags. See what people are posting, and sometimes, people, they post very interesting shit over there. If you follow these hashtags, and they post studies, they post this, somebody from Dominican Republic, they posted these studies, 2 studies. One found out that there was coronavirus in the feces, and that it was transmittable. And that is what's transmittable. And that's another the fucking bullshit that today, I went to a Mexican restaurant to have breakfast because, I woke up very early because yesterday I stopped by from Flushing, no, what am I to say? Flushing, Jamaica. It's like, it's very far away from me. I'm the other extreme. So they're both are really far from me. I mean, they're not really if you have a car, you can just like take the Whitestone Bridge or something. Anyway, so I went to on my way back. I wanted to stop at Costco in Regal Park, and yeah. By the way, I missed my fucking train stop because I was on Twitter, and I realized, fucking idiots, when they announced the stop, I was waiting to say like, oh, Regal Park. No, the recording, because now everything is a recording, said, oh, 63rd highway, 63rd road, or whatever, some bullshit like that. And I was like, because I said, what the fuck happened? I was just looking, it was like 2 stops. Anyway, I got there, and it was just like insanity. It was like 3 humongous lines, and by the time I got it there, because I went to the discount department stores, they got nothing. They got shit. The only one, the Burlingtons, that got something, more, is the one on Union Square, of course, in the white neighborhoods. I went there the other day, and I was like, oh, so this is where all this shit is at, but all the other ones is just garbage. Everything is broken. Everything is like, I mean, you can tell, you know, the tax wars again with China. It's just like it's not the same. It is not the same, you know, that it used to be. You used to go there and there was a lot of shit, you know, and you know, at a fraction of the cost. And now they're like, you said, this shit is broken and you still want $25 for this shit. I was like, anyway, and I like my favorite sport is like, okay, I'm gonna wait. And sometimes I do wait and boom, you know, $3. Like I bought, you know, to find my keys because they stole my keys twice. And I'm sure it was a neighbor across the hallway who hate my guts. I don't know who the fuck that is. I never talked to him. All I know is he worked for the postal office. And I'm hoping that he don't go postal on the whole building, you know. so so somebody said like, oh, get yourself one of those. It's like $20 for this little shit that you know you can track it, you know, GPS, you know, via GPS, via Bluetooth, to whatever they call it. I paid 295, 299, whatever, for that shit. I was like, and I haven't downloaded the application and everything. I hope I don't lose my keys before I no, knock on wood. No, I haven't lost my keys like in 10 years. So really, and I don't lost them. I leave them in the fucking door. That was it. And this idiot, he just grabbed them, and what he gonna do with those fucking keys? It's just that you know, people don't really believe how many people they hate transsexuals, and he's gay. Yeah, he's gay, and he's into crackers. I seen crackers in there, you know, just like, oh, disgusting. It's self-hate. It's pure self-hate, and just go like, you know, I don't know. I guess they think it's just like, oh, taboo. It's, I don't know. It's just like, ew. You know. I mean, I eat sometimes mayonnaise in a tuna fish salad. That's it. But these motherfuckers is like mayonnaise all over. So yeah, that was crazy. And you say excuse me, and nobody moved. Nobody moved. I got trapped. You know, you got to go all the way in the back of the store, and then cross over, and then you get trapped. And it was like I was waiting there, and it's like, oh shit! I started pushing my little cart. Well, they have humongous shopping carts, and I started pushing it, and finally I was able to cross the three. You know, because there was like, I don't really believe sometimes that China is so populated like they say, because they are so fucking crazy and rude and push you, whatever, you know, like it don't make sense. If China was really that packed like they said, they will have manners, they will have you know, a system, they will have like, oh no, these motherfuckers. Oh yeah, if you want to get through, follow some Chinese person, and these motherfuckers, they go like, and they got it. So that's how I got out. I didn't buy shit, and I got out, and it's like, you done with your card? You done with your card? Can I have your card, please? Can I have your card? And it was just like, oh gosh, it's like, okay, so you can have my card. I hate, you know, carrying nothing. You know, like that's why I always get a shopping cart, because I can put my handbag and my coat and you know, all that fucking stuff that we need in the winter. And so I got out. It was like a movie scene. It was like a fucking movie scene. And I told them, you know, they're so fucking retarded. You know, why you make these fucking Costco's where the ladies' room, it's by the registers. By the registers. So, you know, a lot of times I get there and I have to take my shopping cart to the outside the ladies' room and have somebody watch it for me because they're coveted as fuck. And then I have to make my way through these mother freakers because there's a fucking restaurant. which one time somebody bought me a hot dog and I got the biggest headache. People eating MSG, and oh my God, that's something I'm gonna be making rants about MSG and those bouillon, whatever they put on there. That was one of my main beefs when I was dating. He wanted to put that fucking shit. It was like, the rings wouldn't fit, my shoes wouldn't fit. I said, like, I get so fucking thirsty with that shit, and it's like I don't even know what that is, but that shit is awful. A fucking MSG. David, you ate twice already, and it's only almost 8 p.m. So give me at least 7:30. Okay, you gotta space it out, your meals. Yeah, I mean, I realize I'm very much into tough love. I mean, I'm gonna be like, especially because the other one, he got very slow metabolism. He got to a point that you could see like just like the little legs. He got very slow metabolism. He is got thyroid deficiency, I think. I mean, he's really fast. Anyway, so I just came home and I say I gotta get up early because I'm running out of cat litter, and they have the best cat litter over there for $12.95 or something. You get 42 ounces. You get 42 ounces of the best cat litter. I have people say it's like, oh, I didn't know you got cats because you don't smell. So it's just like, and I try different. It's like the one with the purple bag. I can't remember the name, which is good because I hate making commercials for the crackers. So, but anyway, and that's the only thing that they don't deliver free. If you buy the executive card, whatever, they deliver everything practically free. Yeah, I mean, like one time I think they charged me like $3. I think I forgot for what, or $2. I don't know. And so, but everything else with that membership, and I bought it with a friend at that time. She was a friend. Anyway, long story. And now, by the way, because my card is going to expire this month at the end of the month. So I need somebody to split the $120 fee. It's a great deal because they at the end of the year they give you a check. I ask people. I've seen people with the checks at Costco, and they get like $50-$60 back. So practically the membership is free. I like that. That I don't have to buy membership. So and you can return practically everything with no excuse. Just except electronics. You only get 90 days for that, and but everything else you can return it. So shit, this is like. I really haven't returned much, just a pair of shoes. There was really weird shoes. I really wanted to have them. I thought it was really comfortable, but it was too big, and I have white feet, so I don't know what the fuck that was about. But anyway, so I get there, like around 10, 30 something, because I went to have breakfast first, and which I really don't have breakfast much, but I wanted to. It's a Mexican neighborhood, Sunset Park. It's a Mexican neighborhood. So I went there, and, they had the television over there, and, with these criollos, it was like blonde people, like translating Governor Cuomo's press conference. And he was saying that, oh, if you are non-symptomatic, the other day I was talking on Facebook, and I say undetectable. No, unsymptomatic. You don't have symptoms. You are not contagious. I mean, I think that's kind of the level of recklessness, the kind of level of corruption, the kind of level of, you know, they're white and they say so. Bullshit. I was like, that's the only thing I hate about Mexican restaurants, the fucking television sets. So I'm trying to look for one that, but over there in that restaurant is very nice. It's very nice. I forgot the name of the restaurant. Again, I've just been going a few times. But it's like the first one. If you're walking from 36th Street, it's like the first one on the left. So anyway, Mexican restaurant. It was like before the diner. It's like right there. So anyway, I was like, how you know? How you know that it's not contagious if you are not symptomatic? If you don't have any symptoms, you don't have the fever, you don't have the. That's really crazy, That is really crazy. I mean, like, you think that Justin Trudeau or fucking Jair Bolsonaro, they would like be like around somebody if they saw them sneezing or they look like shit? Of course not. So they got it from people with no symptoms, or whatever the word saying. So that's where they got it from. They're not gonna be like, their security staff and all that bullshit that they got, It's fucking little cough is from like 2 weeks ago. And it's freaking annoying. Anyway, so it is just ridiculous. One of the things that really surprised me to see how many infected they got in Germany, because I read they was one of the first ones to be able to make their own testing. So, I mean, that's some different kind of stupid. You got the testing. What else you need? If you got fucking testing, it's like HIV. All you gotta know is like you gotta know if you are HIV positive. That's it. Because the rest over there, you become undetectable. If you become undetectable, then it's gonna be really hard to catch it. Because I mean, like you had. I mean, now technology, I think, goes down to like 10 virus, 10 copies, or something like that. And, they can detect it or something. And if they cannot even detect it, 10 copies per sample, like a blood, like a drop or whatever that they use. Well, they use, I think, I don't even know how they do it, but I guess I assume they use different droplets and they see how many. That's a good question. How do they make that? Anyway, but they can detect. I mean, of course, they can detect even one, but that will be like expensive studies or something. So, but that's undetectable. Non-symptomatic, it just means that you got a good immune system, but that shit is still there. And this is something that ever since I got to this country, I had to explain to everybody. And it's so freaking annoying. They say, oh, I don't have nothing. You don't have nothing to worry about. And I said, bitch, you already have antibodies for whatever the fuck you caught. I might not have them yet. And I don't want them. But that's how stupid. I mean, like, all the time. I just explained that to somebody like 2 weeks ago. I'm like, no, I'm very healthy. I sneeze, but just like you have nothing to worry about. And supposedly this is not a shithole country, supposedly. So why there's so much shit? I mean, people something as basic as that. You already got antibodies for that shit, that person might not have yet antibodies, defenses against that. But it's just like, you know, oh, it's still bothering me. I let it go. Let it go. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine. I don't even know where it's shining from. Um, so there's that, and I'm probably gonna make part 2, part 3, part 10. Just because it is some crazy times that we're living, and I mean the craziest thing about the whole thing is that over here in the United Slaves of America, we knew, at least probably 4 months ago, because they got intelligence. They got intelligence, and they got they got. I mean, we spend taxpayers. I mean, unless they cut off their intelligence, I don't know. But at least they know 3 months. 3 month warning. 3 month warning. This shit was spreading like a fucking wildfire. And what we do? Absolutely nothing. We let everybody in. We let it like, oh my God, you cannot be like that. You cannot, no, you have to be like that. You have to be like that. And it's just like, you see all these areas, oh, the Muslim ban, that Muslim ban was like this, right? Oh, but no, kind of just yesterday, I think it was the announcement that they are stopping flights from Europe. And I'm like, that shit is really scary, because you know what these idiots are going to do. They're going to say, oh, let's fly to Mexico, and from Mexico, we just fly there. Big fucking deal. Are you serious? Are you serious? Oh, let's fly to Canada, and I'm like, no, I mean, it's just like, I don't know what's happening in my country. I hope at this point they're really stopping those flights. But I guess nobody wants that kind of bullshit, with their white fragility and like, you don't know who the fuck I am, I'm a billionaire, I'm like, or I know a billionaire, those fucking crackers. It's like, I guess that's why, because I heard the same thing in Africa. People, literally pulling their hairs out and say, why we allow these effing people? Why? From in Africa, but that's just how our self-esteem is destroyed. It's always about us. What they call it, like low balling, and it's just like, and it's infuriating, because I mean, you are able to find African Americans that are like, oh no, it's just like knowledge about self and stuff, but a lot of times it's just like don't have the self-love to say no to the crackers. Like Professor Jason Black call them the truth serum, right? The truth serum. And that's not only African Americans, that's everybody, even fucking Chinese, fucking cracker, and they go like, yes, master. Yes, master. It's like, what a fucking spell they got on. It's just like, and shit is infuriating and devastating. In 2020, we're going towards the middle of fucking 21st century, and we still don't like. No, I mean, all you gotta do is just sometimes, wear a pin. That's why I wear my pin No, that's not the only reason why. I'm sorry. I really love Malcolm X. But and I do read the Final Call almost every week. Unless like for some reason I missed it, I cannot buy it. And the Amsterdam News. But the Final Call is good. They don't like that shit. Just like they're getting too close. I pull out my Final Call and just go like, and they go like, yeah, any of the fucking articles are incriminating. Any of the effing articles. Let me check the sound just in case, because like yesterday I was well, just in case, because it got sound. I was broadcasting, every night I broadcast on my Mexican Facebook. I broadcast Venezuelan television. So yesterday they cut me off twice, and it's just like, oh, and I just went back where I left off. I don't give a I really don't give a damn about nothing, and it's just like, and I give them some of the credit. They took my channel. If they want to take everything, whatever, guerrilla. We call it guerrilla, and this thing guerrilla. There's other tactics. There's other whatever. I don't care no more. I don't give a fuck no more. Take my channel. I got a warning this week. I got a warning, because I wanted to make a copy of commentary I did on feminism in Latin America, and it was in my native tongue, and it was well received. It was well appreciated. People like, oh shit. It was like, yeah, that's what it. Yeah. Feminism is one of the weakest links. It's one of the weakest links, especially in Latin America. All they got to do is just like, you're patriarchal. You got to hire me, and that's another video I want to do about that, because it's very disturbing. About 2 weeks ago, Sanera had a guest debating against Javari Asase, and it was like everybody, oh, you're great, honey, you're great. And she was like, literally, like a freaking donkey. I don't know how you say that in English. When the donkeys make that noise, I don't know. And it was like, and oh, she was great. She was amazing. She was like, no, she wasn't. No, she wasn't. She said that Egypt was Europe's little child. Something like, I'm like, and she was remorseless, and she was like, oh, you're just misogynist. You're just like, oh God, it's just sometimes I really say, God, please make me famous so I can raise some fucking hell. I'm just like, and give me the strength to raise that fucking hell. Otherwise, I don't want to be famous. I mean, like, for real. I mean, YouTube immediately took down the video, and the other one's still there. The other one is still there. It got like 7,000 views, and shit is like, and I tried to upload it to the other channel, and immediately was like taken down. Like they have the fucking technology to mark video. I don't know how they do it. So immediately was rejected, and it's like, oh, I'm promoting hate because I'm promoting hate. I mean, what would you call a woman who will sell out her own people? Like in Bolivia, this fucking whore, because she's a whore, everybody's seen. I'm never gonna see those fucking porn films of hers, because I have no interest. But I've seen I actually seen, because on Twitter, like you're scrolling down and people they put her on, and she just went, she grabbed some book and she called it the Bible, and she proclaimed herself president of Bolivia, and she proceeded to run her own people over, create chaos, get loans, because that's one of the first things they do. They get a loan from the International Monetary Fund, from the World Bank, and you know, so why do you call that? If that shit ain't a bitch, what the fuck is that shit? I mean, like, despicable. And I say, I apologize to the fucking bitches, because but that is, it gotta be said. I mean, I'm not gonna be calling that lady who still, now they cannot even go to the hospital, because they're Indians, and it's that, oh no, they don't. They say, oh no, this is not your town. You gotta go back to the mountains. You gotta be like, that's what they tell them. She's telling them. The cities are for, they believe they're white. That's how fucked up we are. And for more than 10 years, I'm like a broken record. We need to invest in a deep mental decolonization process. Invest time and invest money, resources, everything. Stop everything. Because nothing is worth it. It's just a fucking waste of time. You build something, and in 10 years, 20 years, boom, they give it to the crackers. Just like that. What good is all that? Going to hell. For what? If you don't change these, that's why, if you haven't read the two-part interview in the Amsterdam News of the former ambassador of the African Union, I forgot her name. Oh my God. She's my effing idol. She is unapologetic. She's just like, say it like it is. And that's what she said. That's what she said too, in a different way. But she said, it's just like, if you don't change the mind, it don't matter, that every president is gonna give out all the resources. Because she said, I saw it when she was ambassador of the African Union. She said, always they start this law balling of Africa. It's just like, I'm just getting like sick just thinking about it, for real. Like, I mean, like, literally. I mean, like, my country, the fucking asshole, the last one, from your fucking government, you're just the fucking agent. He just changed the constitution. We had just nationalized our oil in the 1940s. And we went through hell. Our people went through hell. If you look at the videos, people say, whatever you want, president. Whatever you want. People was like, give them like, oh, you got the ring, earrings, necklaces, everything. People was given everything to nationalize our oil, because that's ours oil. And this fucking faggot gave it away for free to the United Slaves of America. But anyway, okay, coronavirus. It's just idiocy, whatever, stupidity. It's just like, I mean, everything combined. I just saw a picture of an empty shelved, whatever you call it. I don't know if you could say that. Trader Joe's store in downtown Manhattan. Like I said, oh, I didn't tell you, so I got there and I got a fucking panic attack. I mean, of course, I kept going, whatever. I'm like, but, I'm getting much better at my panic attacks and shit, but, and I knew, I mean, I was aware. It's just like, oh shit, it's like, I mean, first of all, like the struggle just to get in. Shit. And I was like, I go all the way to Sunset Park from Washington Heights. It's like, I gotta get me at least 2 bags, because I'm not gonna be paying. And that's what I hate. Just for a little box, and sometimes they don't even have the cat litter like I said, that I want. It's just $10 for a little box, $12 for a little box. The same price, but it got like 12 pounds, 15 pounds, maybe, over there you get 42 pounds. And that shit lasts me a long time. So, and if I order online, each bag is gonna cost me like $26. And if I go to the store, it's $12.95. So I got me two. And that shit was like not easy. I was surprised that little shopping cart that I bought over the summer. It resisted that almost, well, it was more than 100 pounds because I put my handbag and my coat because the sun came out. It was really nice. I was just like sat there, just taking some sun. And, it turned out to be a really beautiful day. But that experience, that was like, and the guys were saying like, oh, you don't got a shopping cart, come on, right? They wouldn't let you. They wouldn't let you with they put the shopping carts like, it's like, I'm in a fucking movie. Yeah, I saw that movie, The Mist, and it reminded me of the movie, The Mist. How people start acting like really weird, really like, and this is another reason why I hate feminism. I'm an anti-feminist. From the moment I walk in, I wasn't able to remember because I go to that Costco, and I say, where's the cat litter? Is the cat litter upstairs or downstairs? I say, is the cat litter upstairs, downstairs? And it was all women. So they was pretending, some pretended they didn't hear me, and some pretended it's like, and it says back there, I think, nothing. Nothing. I had to go ask a guy. He told me, "Oh yeah, no, it's in this floor. It's over there, in the back." And it's just like the last aisle. He knew exactly where it was. You ask a woman for in a pharmacy or whatever. Oh yeah. Or sometimes they tell you just whatever aisle so they can look like, oh, I'm the shit. I'm the shit. And it's like you go there, nothing. The same thing, if the fucking internet is not working, I hang up the phone. If it's a bitch, I hang up the phone. I don't have time because that bitch is going to say, oh, you got to unplug it. You got to like whatever. And then we'll see like, I say, bitch, I don't have time for that. And how much you going to pay me? Is you going to make me work? Unplug this, plug it here, blah, blah, whatever. It's just like, I don't do that shit. I'm in New York City. I don't do that shit. So until I don't get some fucking guy over there, and the guy's like, okay, whatever, just I'll send somebody, or whatever. I tell him I'm not gonna work for you. And on top of that, the internet is shit. The internet is a shithole country internet, and it's Time Warner or whatever they call themselves right now, Spectrum, Sputum. I call them Sputum. It's just fucking ridiculous, and oh, we are the shit. We're like whatever, I mean, like literally, might as well they would have told me at the store. It's like, I don't give a damn. I got a big ass. The other one, I don't give a damn. I got big tits. I can just be here. Like really, you don't even know where the fucking cat litter is at. And how come when I ask a man, they know where the fuck is at? It's like that shit is gonna be our own demise, and it is our own demise. Look at just society, in general. Only because these women believe that they can work and they can twerk and they can, whatever, and then raise children at the same time. No, that's a full-time job. That's a fucking full time. That's something I've been thinking for the last couple of years. It's like, shit, it's like, if you really want, like a winning team, create your children, that's a lot of work. And I'm not talking about schools. I'm not talking about schools. It's like, especially the early years. I don't want to get distracted anyway. But that experience was like, I was effing crazy, and people pushing me. Yeah, and I was like, I don't know, they probably want some of this or something, but some of this, that's what I'm talking about. So, but I was like, hell no, I'm definitely gonna catch the fucking coronavirus. And if I get interacted with somebody, and especially Jewish. I had these, like, they look like they was 120 each years old behind me, keep pushing and pushing and pushing. I was like, I started talking to this lady. She seemed like she was from Mexico City, and she was very nice. We were just talking, and she saw how I was pushing me, like, and I was telling, like, it's just want to get the fuck out of here. I just want to get the fuck out of here. These fucking idiots putting themselves in danger, and one on top of each other. And I was like, no, we gotta let, because the day before, and I'm like that in the escalator. I gotta give at least some steps, the escalator break or something. I gotta 2 steps. I know somebody like, don't leave a step. The same at the register, like, push the card. You got the room. Like, what the fuck is your problem? They're fucking idiots. If they see the line is very long, they're gonna get more cashiers, you idiot. But people are like gone. All common sense is fucking gone. For me, I go and I find that shit is very disrespectful when I see a long line at the register. Most of the times I don't stay. But if it's something like, that I told you that I found that keychain thing, for $2.95, I said, like, because if I had had that shit, I would tear down that fucking door across the hallway. Say, give me my fucking keys, you fucking thief. And I caught him one time. One time, I was subscribed, to the New York Times. Well, I only subscribed to get the $50 gift card. And I saw him getting my fucking newspaper. I was like, anyway, but it's just I see just the same kind of thinking. The same kind of thinking from one person to the next, to the next, to the next, and sometimes from one city to the next. Like, why are you going to put yourself in danger going to these stores that are packed? They are packed. You got somebody, sneezing, get in your eye. What you going to do? Or somebody yelling, that should get in your eye. The other thing is like, oh, I got nothing to worry about. I'm young, I'm, for me, it's just a cold. Yes, for you, it's just a cold. Well, what about your grandparents? What about people who are weakened? And a lot of times, these young ones, they break a lot easier. I've seen it. Like, got this fucking cold, and it's like the whole week gotta take it off, and not because they give a damn about other people. It's just because I'm struggling. And I'm getting triggered. Like, for real. Like, I hope that's just bad luck of mine, but sometimes I don't have a lot of faith in the new generations because they are not humble. And if you are not humble, then you're fucked, especially at that age. You know, you gotta be, at least pretend you're humble until you get the fucking information or something, you know? They're like, I don't need you. I got my phone and I'm gonna look it up. Okay, you wanna look it up instead of talking to somebody who actually lived it, who was right there, and it's not what it said in Wikipedia. But go ahead, you know. So there's a lot of stuff that I wanted to talk about, and it just like I say, I'm probably gonna make more videos in the future because I just find that, you know, it's David. 5 more minutes. 5 more minutes. And he don't got worms because he's skinny. Say hi, David. Come say hi. This is my beloved roommate. Look, David. How beautiful he is. Look, he's skinny. He's skinny and he's getting like dementia. Sometimes he's like, he's just, I hope not. I hope I'm just being freaking out, you know, like, but, you know, and it's, you know, like I said, like they say, you know, I get triggered because that's what old age is. That's what old age is. You know, I mean, old. I don't believe that. I don't believe in what they consider old, you know. I believe in the dissolution of the matter, you know, but not at 70, not at 80. Come on, that's by choice. That's freaking by choice. I mean, if you want to eat 3 times a day and you want to destroy your digestive system and, you know, eat shit and you know, once you get fucked up, you know, you're not going to be absorbing. I'm having organic, but, you know, yeah, but you can absorb shit. You know, I mean, you cannot really absorb the nutrients and all that stuff, you know, it's just like, then what you're going to do? I mean, that's when you get chemicals instead of, you know, nature. So what else? I was gonna say. Oh yeah, I was very lucky at the Costco in Sunset Park because, you know, some gentleman came in. It's like, oh, you know, the last registers are empty, and he practically pulled me. Like I was like, because, you know, like I say, I like to give space, but people was cutting me off. People was cutting me off, and I saw this woman. She was trying to cross, and I told this lady, there's somebody who wanna cross, you know. And she got space to back up a little. What she did, she cut me off, and she wanted to. I said, let her pass. I didn't say cut me off. Go back to your place, like, you know. It's just like we are getting retarded. All I said is like, yeah, you know, people want to go by. Let's. We are in the middle of, you know, the aisle way, you know. Let him pass, you know. And it's just like, and it turned out that it was just a rush. It was just a big rush. And this is something that is, I've seen it. You know, I was a waitress. I've seen, you know, all these people, like everybody. If we give them an appointment to all those people when I was a waitress. And I know, I mean, sometimes it was not even lunchtime or dinner time. And you get 10, 15 people. Who called them? Who summoned them? Who told them to be there at the same time? You know, I was so freaked out. When I got to the internet, I was like, let me check the store hours. Maybe they changed the store hours and they had just opened. No, they open at 9 a.m. So I don't know what was that. That was that scene, you know. at the entrance, it was just like, that shit was like, and they was pushing everybody towards the back, towards the back. Lucky for me that the cat litter was in the back. So, and because they would say like, take the escalator, go upstairs. Take everybody escalator, go upstairs. So, yeah, it wasn't too bad. It wasn't too bad, It just like, the one thing that disturbed me on my way to this, was I was trying to go down the stairs. What I grabbed. This is like, I grab each bag and I put it on my shoulder. And that shit is like, but you got to study, how to, you gotta flex, knees, pull your stomach and put on the shoulder. And so I went out and this Mexican woman, she said, let me help you, like whatever. And she was short and she was young. And I was like, you're fucking out of your mind. I said, it's just 42 pounds. Like, you're not going to have children? It's like, what the fuck? It's just like, no sense of, like say, like, it's like those boxers and soccer players, they don't tell you they end up with tumors and they end up, of course not. They don't want you to say that. The other day somebody said it's like equal pay for female soccer players. Soccer players. They pronounce soccer, right? Soccer players. And everybody was like, how? Nobody wants to go see your stadiums. Who's gonna be like packing the damn stadiums? I mean, you're great, but how many of your team are great? That you can control the ball like that, and shit like that, and just but it's just like equal pay. Like I when I used to hook up years ago, I'm construction guys, and it's like clockwork. Lunchtime, they're taking your order. They want to go get the lunch. They want to go get coffee. They want to go get you whatever, but they don't want to work. And I mean, those are testimonies. You want to believe them, you choose to believe them. You choose not to believe them. I believe them. Just like, and they get the same salary as these guys that they're like risking the ceilings and it's a very dangerous job. But okay, Corona I don't even want to speak it into existence for real. I'm like, I really don't talk about it. I know a lot of people that's all they think about. I know that's all they think about. I see people in the subway, with gloves and whatnot, and tissues, holding onto the pole with a bunch of tissues. I hope they don't forget about those tissues and they go like, oh, let me blow my nose, right? I don't know. It's just like, I mean, that's another thing, just common sense. The reason I went to Rego Park, it was because I wanted to avoid the damn rush hour. And that's something that I always done. It's like, F it. Let me wait until 9 p.m., whatever. And I did. And it was empty, the trains. You don't have to be at the damn rush hour. And you can negotiate with your boss. It's like, why have to come in at the same time everybody else in the fucking train? Oh, that was the solution from the mayor of New York City. He said, don't get in the subway if you're sick. I thought he was gonna say like, oh, we're gonna make the trains, come, faster. Like, instead of every 10 minutes, they're gonna be passing every 5 minutes. I thought that would have been a good solution, right? If you get a good trains, since I got to New York City in 1992, I've been hearing, I've seen documentaries saying the subway cars, they're going to get, the GPS, sensors so we can have the double at least of trains. Bullshit. They never did it. They never wanted to invest in technology, for like GPS to have like a very reliable, like, you know which, exactly where each train is at, so you don't have accidents, right? When you got that GPS, the sensors, it was like, I saw a documentary, years ago, where supposedly they was gonna put like all these sensors in the train cars, and at the end and the beginning, so like kind of automated, they would shut down if they sense there's something. But I guess they never perfected the technology. I don't know. I doubt it. I fucking doubt it. I just think that they're crooked. They stole all the money from the maintenance of the trains. Now they gotta close entire lines for weeks. People have to actually riot. Like the crackers in Williamsburg. They say, "Oh hell no," because what they was doing was like they're moving. They're moving to another neighborhood. They was like, "Oh really? You're gonna cut the train for 1 year?" The L train. I don't know if you remember. You're from New York City. They said they just started to move. They're like, "I'm just gonna rent someplace else." They got all these apps. Like whites explaining apps that they tell them. Like, and that's just recolonization. Because they go like, they have these apps and groups where they tell each other, like, oh, this restaurant, they love the crackers, and they have mayonnaise, and they have exotic spices like salt. Literally, I mean, I've seen them, and it's just like, I was listening. I'm just gonna keep saying this every video. I was listening to Professor Kaba, from Hidden Colors and Race War. You gotta watch that documentary, Race War, and he did this very extensive research for Race War, on white fragility, and he discovered this is another great migration that we are going on today in the United States. But this time it's the damn crackers that they are fleeing the fentanyl epidemic. And I was all of a sudden, as I heard him say that, it's like, I was like, of course that makes sense. You're gonna be like, in the fucking hood, you see these bitches with like strollers and whatnot. It's just like, and now I understand. And the news are not telling you that, right? The news are not telling you that. We got them. If we kick them out of our neighborhoods, those motherfuckers will disappear. Oh no, but it's just like, they go like, oh, people actually welcome them still 500 years later. So I don't think God, there's forgiveness for that. I don't think there's, I mean, but that's what keep going on and on and on. Because why? Oh, you cannot do accountability, for your own, to your own people. Time and time again, like talking just about, again, like Bolivia. You think it's like all these, the ones who orchestrated the coup d'etat, you think, if a good government ever come back, supposedly this election, this May, in May, they're going to have election, allegedly. Because what they're doing is they're buying weapons, they're arming, the police and the military. with sophisticated guns and all that shit. So they're ready to, even after everybody said there was no electoral fraud, there was no electoral fraud, that they just made it up. They just made it up to give an excuse. That's why it was the coup d'etat. 13 years, all these great achievements in the garbage. It's just sad. It's just sad, and that was the first time we got to see a coup d'etat in real time happening through social media. Millions. We saw the videos. We saw all these. There was electoral fraud. They're like whatever, burning shit. It was like whatever, and still nobody was like. At one point I said like, well, maybe that's what they do in their fucking country. I'm not gonna be able to get involved. And like, no, that wasn't the case. They just call them up and they say, we got all your family, and we are targeting your entire political party if you don't quit. Tomorrow. They was even saying it. The opposition was even saying, Evo Morales is going to resign tomorrow. Of course, the same thing they did to Mandela, the same thing they do to over. That's the definition of insanity. Doing things the same way all over again, time and time again, and expecting, something good out of it. I'm like, oh my God, I have so many things to talk about on this fucking virus. And then now I'm forgetting. It's just a minute that I start thinking, oh, as soon as I finish this live stream, I'm gonna remember them all, probably. I don't know. But the thing is that we gotta think for ourselves. Whatever they call it, critical thinking or whatever. We cannot all, and I'm not talking about conspiracy, because that is like, oh, like, okay, but it gotta be, look, and China is saying that I'm right. China know the work of the United Slaves, and officially is accusing the government of the United Slaves of America with a triple K, of intentionally planting that virus in China. And I mean, you don't have to be like, it's so easy. It's so easy with the damn drones. With a drone, just fly over there. Oh, they drop, it looked like a toy. Imagine somebody pick it up. It's like, oh, what is this cute shit? What is this shit? They go like, oh, I mean, like, especially because it can survive up to 9 days. And they don't want to tell you that. You look at the websites, oh, and it can survive a few days. A couple of days, it can survive on the surface. So make sure, like, I mean, yeah, you can make your own vinegar, like, that's it. That's what I always do that shit. Especially because I'm lazy and stuff like that. And if the cats, they got a boo-boo or some shit like that, and that's I like, oh gosh, I don't feel like wiping it up. It's just like, go like with the spray bottle, I go like, at least I go with the spray. And every day, especially in the winter, that I cannot open the windows, we had nice weather for a couple of days, so I did, and that shit felt so good, and I opened the exit door too, So it's a nice shit. It's like all that shit is just like, and but I can, I do, you know, especially the corners with vinegar, straight out vinegar. I put on my bedroom, on top of my bed. So definitely change the mode, change the energy. Like I've been saying it too. Bells, you can get bells too. Bells are really good to. This is not a good bell though. I gotta get me a good bell. But if you get a fine bell, I gotta put it on my shopping list. That too, it is wonderful. It's like so. There's a lot of stuff that we can be doing, and but it will require for everybody to actually do their own research, not to be like, oh yeah, I saw this and like. And that's, when I heard that, I mean, this is something that I've been saying for many years, like that fucking winter, the cold weather, that's when I get sick with the cold weather. And everybody, oh, you're crazy. The cold weather got nothing to do with it. The cold weather, like, that's what all these fucking viruses, they thrive in the fucking cold weather. Finally the truth is coming out, and this shit is not the exception. This is why that they was expecting to see Africa, the continent of Africa. They was expecting, like, it's not that easy because it's hot. So I cannot. That's why I love hot weather too. I love hot weather for many reasons, but I'm very healthy in hot weather. This is like that poem that I always talk about, and one day I might read it to you, about the analogy, compare the crackers to a virus, and that's so on point. That's what they are. That's what they are. They love the cold. They love the fucking cold, and just like a virus. So it's just something to think about. It's like people like, whatever, we're in the cold weather, whatever. I love the cold weather. Like, for what? It's fucking dangerous. These viruses, all the viruses, that the flu and SARS and all that shit, I just remember there's a trend. A lot of people I've seen on social media that they're saying that kind of like the same thing, that, oh, it's just a cold. It's going to be a bad cold and that's it. And it might be, but the thing is just that I think to myself, I say, like, so what if that's part of the plan? Because sometimes you have to, not sometimes, a lot of times you have to use reverse psychology. Sometimes you got to use reverse of the reverse of the reverse of the reverse psychology, because they already, they spend trillions of dollars in research. When they, heard about social media, they thought about money. It's like, oh, so it's just like we can learn all their habits, sleeping habits, eating habits, everything. Marketing. They call it mining, information mining, or something like that. I heard they call it like that. It's like a mine. So what if if they got another virus, everybody is like, okay, false alarm, blah blah blah, and then they come out with a real virus, or they know this virus. I don't know. That's something I'm a little worried about, because people are very like. I was just in the street. I went to over here on Dykeman, which, by the way, I'm gonna need to pray for me, because they just opened a fucking Popeyes on Dykeman, so fucking close to my house. Now I cannot go on Dykeman. Fucking shit. It's just. See, the devil never sleeps. So I saw the guy who put the batteries on the watches, and because it's always being cold, and sometimes I leave early. He don't start. I mean, we're Latin Americans. We don't start until late. So he started at 2:00. So it's like, say, I never get to see you. So when I was coming from Costco, that's when I saw him. I said, like, and it was so nice out that I went right back out. I went right back out. I just left the cat litter and shit. It's like, and I took my 3 watches. I got 3 watches. I have a Movado watch from 2010 or something. No. Actually, it's from 2000. From 2000. Really, the classical Movado. If anybody's interested in buying it. I'm going to be observing it, because I have misplaced it and I just found it. And so I just put the battery again. And so if it works, if anybody want to buy a watch, it's very nice, very sharp. It's a classical Movado, so anyway, so everybody was just talking about it. Everybody was just talking about it. It's like, I went across the street to the ATM to get the money to pay him. And let me see what they say from Spanish media. I hate those motherfuckers, but you gotta watch them all. So, so that's why, yeah, I forgot it. So they were saying like, oh, it's just a call, whatever, and I told them. Anarchism. That's another one we gotta watch. So I mean, I'm gonna close this video like that. So just be careful. Even when you're young and beautiful, and you think it's just like, oh, I'm gonna be just in bed for a couple of days, and we don't know this shit. Oh, I was telling you about the studies. One of the studies said that it was in the feces, and the other study was that, oh my God. Oh yeah, I get distracted so easily. I was just looking at David, that he was moving around. I thought he was gonna start, like I said, I gotta go. Oh, another press conference. We have the beautiful thing about our president in Mexico is that he got every day at 7 a.m. Press conference. Every day. So yeah, that's really good. That's really good. And I feel like that's the model to have everywhere. That's what they do it in Venezuela. That's what they do it, everywhere. You have to be like, otherwise, it's colonialism. oh, you know, the king is over there, the you know, no, you gotta be like, well, what you gonna know about it? You know, what you gonna know about it? It's just like trying to talk to Americans about shit is like, you know, I feel like a lot that they just never really feel like they never really had land. They don't feel about the land that what we feel about our land. They don't. And I feel like that's part of the colonial strategy, you know, to get you, you know, land, you know, land ain't shit, you know, like, oh, the Honorable Malcolm X knew that. It was land, land, land. Oh, don't waste my time. Don't fucking waste my time if it's not gonna be about land, because there's no more land. Like I made a video a couple weeks ago. There's no more land. There's no more land, and nobody wants you, because that was the reason, the whole thing that they push, you know, xenophobic, you know, attitudes and all that shit. It's just like, they don't. We see what's happening to the Kurds. Nobody wants the Kurds because they are perceived as landless. But I waste my time. Have a good night, everybody. Have a nice weekend.